Hi guys, this is Thea and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm doing a video that is like really personal to me, something that I usually don't like to talk about because I do have issues with it to this day, and just gonna go right into it. So I have struggled with eating disorders since I was very young. I honestly can't pinpoint like an age. I just was maybe like early teenage years. My parents raising me, they were always overweight, and I feel like my adoptive parents, they were always overweight, and I feel like they put a lot of their own self-pressure from them being overweight onto me. And so, like, I'd be eating, like, a Go-Gurt or something and go back for a second yogurt, you know, the Go-Gurt sticks. And my mom would be like, you're going to get fat. And I was just like, whatever, because I was, like, super skinny back then. I was, like, a size 0, and I was, like, 13. So I was like, whatever, like, I'm not going to get fat, you know. So, anyway, I would go to school, and I had friends who had, like, hardcore eating disorders, like anorexia and stuff like that, and I always wondered what that would have been like, because I was, like, you know, young, and I was like, I don't know what it's like to starve yourself. That's weird. Why would you do that, you know, like, you know, my friends would eat pizza across the street and, like, later barf it up in, like, the toilets at school, so it was, like, I don't know. I didn't really get the concept, and my friend that was super anorexic, she would always eat salads, and, like, I just started picking up, like, these little weird things that different people would do, and I would bike every day after school. I was really active, so I just never got, like, really fat, you know. And then when I turned 18 and I was living, like, with my psycho sister that you guys, I'm sure I've talked about in my crazy life story, basically, like, when I lived with her, I had a job, and, like, she wouldn't let me eat food at her house, basically. Like, she had me move into the basement, like, she did this to her ex-boyfriend now, but, like, when he was living there, like, she got mad at him, so she made him move to the basement. So, like, when she wanted, like, to be pissed at you, she'd be like, oh, you moved down to the basement, and she'd make you move all your shit into the basement, into this room in the basement. And, so I moved down there, but then she wouldn't let me go upstairs. She's like, oh, well, you're not allowed upstairs anymore. And, like, she was a super psychopathic, controlling freak, and she's, like, from my adoptive family's side. Like, I'm not even technically related to her, but she was fucking crazy. So I was being abused, like, hardcore by this psycho freak, and basically it got me to the point of where I started, like, hoarding food from when I would go to work, because besides work she wouldn't let me have a social life. She was so fucking controlling, and you know, and I was an adult, so I was like, I'm a fucking adult, like, why are you trying to tell me what to do? Like, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? Like, you know. And anyway, so I would, like, hoard food from work and bring it home, and then when they weren't home, I'd go upstairs and get food out of the fridge and hoard it in the basement. And that's where my, like, really big, like, binging started, where, like, I was so afraid that I wasn't going to be able to eat that I would hoard food. And then when I moved in with my birth mom, I would hoard food a lot, and my birth mom obviously, like, wouldn't starve me or anything like that, but she, they had an overeating problem in their house, and so I started overeating a lot and binging, and then I would, like, starve myself for, like, a week or two or a month or whatever, and then I wouldn't get thinner, and I'd be pissed off, so I'd just eat again and binge. And there were a few times I tried bulimia and, you know, off and on anorexia mixed with on and on overeating. And so it's always been, like, up, down, like that, like, all the time since I was 18, and I'm 24 now. So, I never thought I was fat until around the time I was 18, when I started actually gaining weight for the first time, because my body, from being starved, was, taking all of the fat from all the calories I would get and just storing it as fat. So, I did start to gain weight, and, I was like a size 3 or 4, and, I was very thin, and I had never had that problem of actually being fat. So I was like, whoa, like, I'm actually getting fat. Like, oh my god, like, this is the first time I've ever had to deal with actually being fat. And it was, like, really hard for me to deal with. And so, I would go through the cycles of, like, overeating, undereating, starving, trying bulimia, trying all these different, like, pro-Anna tips and tricks and stuff, and just that whole mess. And then, I started when I was, like, 16. I wanted to be vegan, but my adoptive parents were, like, hardcore against it. They were against anything I liked, basically. And that's just how they were. So, very annoying. So, I wanted to be vegan when I was 16, and, like, all they bought me was, like, Boca burgers. Like, that's all. Like, they're like, oh, well, instead of a hamburger, you can make your own Boca burgers. But they didn't buy me, like, fruits and vegetables and, like, all the other stuff that a vegan needs, like, and then they'd be like, oh, well, chicken's for dinner, and I'm like, don't you know I'm trying to be vegan? Like, you're not getting the concept? So, that was always annoying. So, I was vegan from when I was, like, 16, off and on, between 16 and 17, and then I just gave up because my parents obviously weren't going to support me whatsoever with my choice of being vegan. So, like, off and on, from when I was 18, when I would go to work, I worked at a grocery store, so I'd buy, like, vegan food for my lunches, and then, like, hoard food and take it home. And a lot of the stuff I had to hoard was stuff that couldn't be, like, refrigerated, so I'd, like, hoard, like, I don't know, like, snack bars or something, like Luna bars or something, and stuff like that. But basically, I have tried a million diets, like, every single diet on the planet, and, I just kept getting fatter, and starving myself more, and getting fatter, and trying another diet, and starving myself more, and then when I would binge, then I would get even fatter, and I'd get so angry. I'd be like, I have done everything to get thin, and it's not happening. I work out, I eat this diet, I eat that diet, I try that, you know what I'm saying? Like, probably every girl goes through this fucking shit. Because in America, you're either fat or you're skinny. There's no in between. You're not accepted as one in the middle at all. Like, okay. So, anyway, by the grace of God, I started watching Shannon Rose and Amber Walter, and they were both vegan, and I was like, wow, more YouTubers are going vegan. This is awesome. And they kind of inspired me to try to go vegan again, so I started going vegetarian. And this was probably about 6 months ago, maybe more. Probably about a year ago, now that I think about it, like a year ago. So, about a year ago, I started trying to do more vegetarian meals, and then I just eventually just cut out meat completely, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, because I forced myself to watch Earthlings again, and I cried, and I was like, why have I eaten a morsel of meat? Like, I feel so horrible, I'm a horrible person, but, like, you know what I'm saying? The vegan rant inside your head. Go vegan! So, needless to say, I saw that video, and I quit eating meat, and then, I slowly have been progressively going vegan, and now I'm vegan, I'd say 98% of the time, and, like, if I'm out with, like, family, and there is not a vegan option on the menu, but there's a vegetarian option, I will choose the vegetarian option, obviously. That is my mentality. But the whole thing is, a few months later, I ran into Freely the Banana Girl on YouTube. And I was like, wow, this bitch has a lot to say, and she is not afraid to tell you that you need to get your shit together. And, you know, a lot of people hate her, a lot of people love her, whatever. I like to take the information that she has and, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I take everything on YouTube with a grain of salt, but she does have a lot of motivating factors in her videos on going vegan and going raw, and I had never understood, like, the whole raw thing before. So, I started watching all of her videos, and then I watched Fully Raw Christina, and then I saw this other girl named Ravana, and then this girl named Izzy, and all these other, like Mango Island, all of these, raw vegans, and I was like, whoa, where have you guys all been? Like, how have I not ran into your guys' channel sooner? I tried going raw for the last, like, month or two, and it was really, really hard for me. I probably did it for about a week and a half, but it was really hard for me to let go of cooked foods. So I've been eating vegan 98% of the time, except, like, if I go out with family and there's not an option that's vegan, but I'm a vegan. I'm just going to say that. If you're a vegan police, like, don't hang on my Kool-Aid, because if there's no option, I'm not going to starve myself. Like, bye. But I am trying to transition to being 100% vegan, raw vegan, at some point, and heal myself of eating disorders and all of that. Because when you're a raw vegan, you don't starve yourself. You eat in abundance. You eat as much as you want until you don't want to eat anymore. And every diet I have ever tried was starving myself. And I just was, like, feeling weird for the week and a half that I was, like, 100% raw, because my stomach would hurt and I'm detoxing all of the crap that I've been putting in my body for years, and I'm just, like, suffering, honestly. Like, the beginning of a raw diet freaking sucks. I'm going to tell you, it just sucks. Any detox sucks. But I got to, for the first time, eat as much as I wanted to and not feel guilty. And that is the first time I've ever done that. Like, my God, I've never been able to just sit down. And I was thinking this last night. I was eating mangoes and cherries, and I was like, oh, I need to stop eating. I have this automatic, like, thought that I need to stop eating. I've eaten too much. And then I was like, wait, I'm eating fruits and vegetables. I don't have to do that. Like, you know, like, I don't need to do that. And right now, I'm basically struggling with trying to go from vegetarian to raw vegan. I know it's going to take time, and I know that some people can do it overnight, but I can't. I love Asian stir fry. It's, like, my favorite food, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I love noodles. I love yakisoba noodles with veggie stir fry. That's my favorite food. That's what it is. That's my favorite cooked food, and rice. So I feel like those aren't bad foods to be eating the majority of the time that I do eat cooked food. So, with that said, right now I'm trying to transition and cut out everything that's, obviously I don't eat meat, but anything that's vegetarian, like, and move towards more vegan options, and learn how to cook vegan meals and learn how to make raw vegan meals. I bought a spiralizer yesterday so I can make some zucchini noodles and, you know, all that. So this is a work in progress for me. You kind of have to learn how to reprogram your brain that you can eat in abundance as much as you want. And also, I'm a horrible cook, so learning how to cook from watching other people's YouTube videos or recipes on Pinterest or whatever is going to be a challenge for me. For some people it might be a piece of cake, but for me it's hard. So this is a learning experience, and I feel like Freely at the beginning of her journey going raw because I want it so bad, but if someone puts fries in front of me, I'm like, I get so sad. But then I remind myself, like, if I eat fruits and vegetables, I can eat as much as I want. I don't have to portion ever again, like portion sizes. I never have to do that again. So healing from an eating disorder, many different kinds of eating disorders in my past, to being able to eat as much as I want, whenever I want, is the best feeling in the world. And I make juices, you know, I eat lots of fruits and vegetables now, which I never really did much of that. Like, I would off and on, but I was definitely not getting as much as I needed. And it was actually when I saw the documentary Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead that made me realize how much you need of micronutrients for your body to sustain itself. Thank you, Joe Cross. All of these different people in the world who are health conscious, like Joe Cross, Freely Banana Girl, Shannon Rose, Amber Walter, Matthew Lush, like Izzy Taylor, or no, Izzy, I can't remember her last name. I think it's Izzy Taylor. I'm probably wrong. Izzy something, I'm sorry. But all of these people are so inspiring, and they have literally helped me with my eating disorder change my life. And I was honestly looking in all the wrong places. I was looking up pro-ana videos. I was looking up how to be a size 0. I was looking up all of these things on the exterior. But in order to get that exterior, you need to work on the interior of your car or your body. So, you know, I need to give my car the right kind of gas or it's not going to run, you know. So that's what I'm working on, and it is a constant learning process. It is a constant thing that socially is hard to deal with because my husband will not eat vegetarian nor vegan. My family just doesn't eat that way. But I'm hoping that maybe I can be inspiring to them if I can get on the raw vegan train when I'm ready, 100%, because I eat raw vegan most of the time, but I'm like saying all the time. I just hope that I do lose weight from it, you know, and I'm exercising too, not like crazy exercise, but, you know, I'm exercising a bit, and I just hope that this will work for me, because I've tried everything. And it's not even about being fat anymore to me. I have learned to accept my body. I made a baby. I pushed a baby out. I have the stretch marks to prove it, and I am happy with my body. But I don't feel healthy, and that's why I chose to change. I was feeling dizzy. I was feeling sick all the time. I was feeling like, just like shit, honestly. My body was not running right, honestly. And it was all of the years of treating my body the way it's not supposed to be treated. Everyone knows that you're supposed to eat fruits and vegetables. Everyone knows that, yet, like, the standard American diet is not all fruits and vegetables, you know. So, with that said, this is the beginning of my vegan journey, healing myself from eating disorders, and this is really hard for me to post because I'm so insecure about it. I hate talking about it. The only person I usually talk to about it is my husband because, you know, I'm like, yeah, he just gets me. But honestly, this is one of the hardest things for me to post because, you know, I've been made fun of for being fat, and I've been made fun of for so many things, but I think the hardest thing is that I was never fat until I got older, and I guess it's hard for anyone who gets fat and gets made fun of, but it was hard to always be that skinny girl and then get bigger and people be like, oh, you're fat, or oh, you're this, or you're that, and honestly, like, that's not even what matters. The exterior doesn't even fucking matter. That's, like, not what fucking matters. People that act like that, they're shallow, stupid fucking pricks, and they don't know anything except exteriors on people. They don't get the, you know, they don't get the secret, they don't get the law of attraction, they don't get anything, they're oblivious in this fucking world, and I can't stand people like that. But that's a different topic. All I'm saying is that I really, really hated being bullied because of my weight, and I don't care anymore. I'm a mom and I'm more mature now. I just hope that I can feel better, and if I lose weight, I will be very thankful, very grateful, and you know, I'll give all of the people I talked about, like, you know, they helped me, but most of all, I'm helping me. You know, you really have to look in yourself and be like, okay, I need to do this for my health and for my body. So, this video is really long. I'm really sorry. I just had to put this out there because I know that there are millions of girls out there with eating disorders, starving themselves right now, puking in toilets, doing horrible things to their bodies that I did as well. And to be able to eat as much as I want and not feel guilty about it is the best feeling ever. And I have lost a lot of weight. Like, not a large, significant amount of weight, but just since I've gone vegan, I have lost probably between 15 and 20 pounds. Mind you, when I got pregnant, I gained so much weight, and I've been slowly losing all of that weight, but I gained too much weight during pregnancy because I'd eat whatever I wanted to. And so losing the weight has been really hard for me, but, you know, that's, like I said, that's not my number one reason why I'm doing it. Number one is for my health. Number two is for my weight. If my weight changes, that's great. If it doesn't, I'll be kind of disappointed. You know, who wouldn't be? Putting all this effort into something that might make you lose weight, because I've tried everything. But I'm definitely going to try it. And, you know, I'm always watching all of my vegan girls videos, and I really appreciate all of you guys, not just girls, guys too, making all of the vegan videos, because they're very inspiring, and honestly they keep me motivated by watching constant videos all the time. So thank you for doing that. So with that said, I hope this helped you guys if you're struggling from an eating disorder. You know, I hope that this video might help you in going down the right track for your health and your well-being. I wish you all a wonderful day, and hopefully you guys like this video. Make sure to like it if you liked it, comment below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and subscribe to my channel. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Mwah.